Today, I stand before you to shed the light on the most notorious figures in the criminal history, the infamous Jack the Ripper. The name itself evokes a shiver down our spines, conjuring up the dark and mysterious presence that plagues the streets of London more than a century ago. Today, I'm talking about my Unit 8 project, Jack the Ripper. I chose Jack the Ripper because I thought that it was a famous major event part of London history. It gives me a massive opportunity to reach out to larger audiences, like above 15 to 30, that are interested in mystery and murder. So, really, I'm very clueless on basically say, but what my hooks and themes, my themes are like this murder mystery and like a mental insane guy that literally wants to kill people, kill females around the whole of London. So basically, my target audience, no, how I'm going to promote my work through my animation through different types of social media and like what. So, I did a little spider diagram talking about what and who would want to watch my animation. So I said that the most likely people that would watch my animation are young adults that are 16 plus would watch my animation, as it might be scary for children that are under the age of 16, of course. And so I said that to promote my thing, I should change it to all types of social media like Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, big industries where they show movies, films, animations. This will most likely go for my target audience, so the 16 plus people. So I think more like females would most likely watch this animation or watch the documentary, because scientists do say that most females have a higher percentage of watching murder mysteries and all like serial killer films. I don't know why, really, but yeah. So I really, and these are similar products that would like be part of my animation, like famous documentaries like Ted Bundy, the serial monster. That one is amazing on Netflix, personally. But yeah, really kind of nervous still. So what I searched here is like research techniques, so like surveys, Reddit, YouTube, other platforms that would promote my work. So also give me a second. Also, I want to talk about my research. My research is like what I did. Searched up who Jack the Ripper was. As you know, he's a famous killer in London history, and I searched up like what he did and what he got famous for, and he was famous for killing women on London streets, and he hasn't been like caught or identified by anyone, but there's many questions to answer about it. So what I've done here is research on other people that focused on, like other people that did research on Jack the Ripper as well, and produced a like a published a book or type of publish. Yeah, you get what I mean. Type of like video or anything, talking about Jack the Ripper. See, I talked about this guy because he made like a very famous book called Jack the Ripper, and he was talking about the tales of like basically teaching children and younger people who he was and what he was like famous for, and that's pretty much it. And also, I was talking about how he spent like 9 years studying how to do Jack the Ripper, studying about Jack the Ripper, so he can publish his book, so many people can buy it and understand what the mind of a serial killer is. And also, same with this one, Netflix series, it's called The Ripper. Also, a published documentary about Jack the Ripper, and these two producers spent like nearly like a couple of years studying this particular subject as serial killers and murder mystery. These as it's so annoying. I really hate doing this, but let's go ahead over. See, this is one of my favorite like YouTube channels. It's called BuzzFeed Unsolved. It's about like two guys like make a little documentary and try and solve the most mischievous, no, not mischievous, most mysteries, big mysteries that hasn't been solved yet, or like ghosts, like all of that theories. So I chose this one because they did a particular episode on Jack the Ripper, and they've literally gone through like all the places where Jack the Ripper was like met, like also no let me speak again. So they went to like different locations where Jack the Ripper's victims were killed, and also where he lived. And I just say that I recommend this video because it's very good. It's very good. And then next up, I did like a little mind map thing here. Yeah, talking about the like news articles about Jack the Ripper and see like what it would look like in the 1800s, so I can add it to my work. And also, then I did like the victims of the killers, and also if you zoom, I don't know if I can zoom in. No, I can't zoom in. But right over here, I can. Right over here, this is the map of like where each of these victims were killed. There's more victims, but yeah, these are like showing the locations of where people died. And I was thinking about adding to that, using that as my background for my intro would be a good idea, because then like when I start talking about the victims and how they got killed, like the red dots around the thing like appear out of nowhere, show like each location. So like let's say top right one here, that's the first death. Yeah, it just glows up showing like, oh, that's the first kill, that's where the first victim was, and then showing his pattern where he would kill next. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then also I talked about each suspect that was suspected to be Jack the Ripper, like this guy and these other people. Don't really know their names, can't really read. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did for my research. And then practical skills and presentation. Oops. That is, I don't know why that's not put in. Oh wait, I'm doing that now. Yeah, I'm finishing off that now, literally. Then reflection and valuation. I just literally talked about what really affected me and what was difficult. And I said like, what felt difficult is when I want to do like, try and put effort into my work, I get told it takes too long because what do you call it? Because I'm trying to do it to my full detail and like add effects. Um, like if like let's say you have a movie and then a car is driving off the edge and you just see it go down, fly off the edge, and then it just smacks down and explosions come out. I want to add those explosions, adding more effects to it, but apparently it takes too long. So it's like just, and it just takes away my motivation, creating me like to make short pieces. So it's like it just goes down to crunches and it just gets boring. But I didn't really have enough time because I had like my exams as well. My exams were pre-booked before I even started like my second unit. No, not my second unit, my unit 8. And it was planned to be about a week of just exams, but then they messed up my exam times and didn't have it prepared for me, so they had to retake another week of my exams, giving me less time to like do my work, and I couldn't really do it at home because I was trying to revise and stuff. And then yeah, this is pretty much it. Quality, storytell, character development, impact, conclusion. I just really just wanted to like add my work, but I couldn't really. Reflection. Reflection. I just talked about the what are possible links, types of people enjoy my work or or the genre I do. As I said, also I showed like different TV shows. Gave them like a list of TV shows. I could have gave them a list of TV shows that would be perfect to my animation, where it's like similar. And also, I talked about I should have added more to what I've talked about of people who done the idea of done the same idea as me, literally. And um, then yeah, what have I've literally just said what I've done here. I've done like research on suspects. What I could have done was I could have talked about the victims and where they were located. Example: Jack the Ripper is to believe to kill the least of 5 women, who are commonly referred as the Chronicle Five victims. I should have talked about the Chronicle Five victims and like added more to my work, so it has like more detail on who they killed, who he killed, and why. But clear, I didn't really have the time, and that's the only thing I really struggled with. Is mainly time, and I literally just did. I just thought of like making an article, but of course, as I said, didn't have enough time. But it is what it is, and thank you for listening, and goodbye.